Hey, welcome to everyone watching this fire YouTube video. I'm here with, you want to
Hey, of
introduce yourself?
course, I'm Stergios from Greece, and this is my friend Valentin from Ireland.
Yes, sir. That's right. Do you want to start off by giving us a quick introduction, like who you are, what you do? Tell us about everything.
Obviously, where do you want me to start? From 2020?
Everything, whatever you want. You can start about who you are first.
Yeah, so my name is Stergios, as I already mentioned, from Greece. I'm a 20-year-old guy doing appointment setting at the moment, and I got pretty much into sales around 4 years ago through Valentin again. We used to run Instagram theme pages back in the day. We were pretty successful in it. I mean, he was one of the most successful coaches in that time. I mean, he still is in that field. And after that, like we scaled to 3 to 4 to 5K per month with Instagram theme pages. But life got me after that. I moved to other business models also. And at about 2 years later, after that, after I was making 4 to 5K, I had to join the military due to Greece. It is like a mandatory thing to do. After that, I ate up all of my money I made online. Like I spent every penny I had. After I finished the military, I had to get a 9 to 5 because I had the car to pay, house, bills, rent, everything. I had to get a normal 9 to 5. I spent about a year doing cooking. I was a cook in restaurants. The summer that passed, I was working on an island, making about 1,200 euros, working 8 to 9 hours per day, every day, no days off. And then one day, Valentin approached me for some weird reason after we haven't been in contact for like a year, 2 years about. He told me what he's doing. He told me about appointment setting. And because of his message, one night I said, fuck it, I'm leaving this place. And just one night I left that island. I traveled 4 to 500 kilometers back to home. I invested half of the money I made on that island. And basically, I got into his network. He got me to appointment setting and he scaled me to 3.5K, almost 4K per month within less than 3 months. So this is
Yeah,
where I'm right now.
right now. Yeah. So a lot of people are watching this and they don't even have any idea what appointment setting is. Do you want to kind of break that down and explain it the way you see it, the way you perceive it?
For sure. Well, if we want to market it in a very strange and mysterious way, it's basically making money by talking to strangers. But let's
That
make
sounds kind of freaky.
yeah, but let's make it more simple. Basically, you go to a coach on social media where he's selling an information product, and you say, "Look, I know that your time is valuable. I know you don't have much time to spend on your DMs. I'm here to solve that problem, to solve that issue." So what you do basically as an appointment setter is you work on the DMs of a coach or someone who is selling an information product, and you get commissions by the sales that you make or by the sales that you help to make them. Basically, you get a commission by the sales that he's making of his product.
Yeah. And you said you've been doing this for about 3 months now.
3 months, yeah.
So you have a pretty realistic journey of an appointment setter, I would say. Like a lot of people that get into setting and do it right will go down the same path as you. Tell us a bit about how that's been going for you. Like, how did you do in your first, your second month? Obviously, last month you did pretty well too.
Yeah, for sure. So my first month was September. I thought I will scale more quickly. Well, I was thinking, I started on September. I thought I will make 2 or 3K per month, like in my first month. But that wasn't the case. I landed my first offer. It was a dialing offer. So I was talking to people on the phone. And I realized quickly that it's a shit option to start with if you are a beginner,
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
if I'm being honest. So September, I made almost nothing, zero money. I just built a strong foundation and I got a strong experience and like pure knowledge, basically, let's say, on September. I
Yeah.
worked with 2, 3, 4 coaches. I learned things from closers, from other coaches, also from other appointment setters. I networked basically myself. And basically, I prepared myself for October to make 1.5, 1.2K. That's what I made in October. That's also not good, as you can understand, right? It's
Yeah.
mid. And then on October, I also worked with a lot of successful coaches and I talked with a lot of successful people in the field. I'm currently working with a team that is making well over 100K plus per month. And that's what led me to make 3.5K in my third month.
Yeah. And then, so people go down the road typically, I've noticed, where first month they'll do nothing. Maybe they'll make, I think you made like $80, $100. Obviously, you don't count that, but that's about how much people would make in the first month.
Exactly.
Second month, they'll do maybe 1 to 1.5 as you've done yourself. And then third month is when you start getting to that 3, 4, 5 range. Where do you think you're going to be now in month 4 with appointment setting?
So with the month fourth, I'm very confident I will finish it with 5 to 7K. Like I'm very confident because I managed to scale myself to these numbers by only working on one offer. So you can imagine what will happen if I get another offer.
Yeah.
Or even a third one.
And then, so this month you did 3.5. Obviously, how much are you at? We're like 7, 8 days into the month now. How much are you at?
Yeah, it's the first week of December and I'm at 900 or 1,000, I think.
Okay, about 1,000. You're a weekend, so you're already on track for 4 minimum. And obviously, we're loading up a second offer too. I think that has a base pay too. Where did you get your offers? Just so everybody knows.
Just so everybody knows, I got my offers through Valentin because he got the best pipeline.
Yes, sir. That sounds crazy, but craziest pipe.
Craziest pipe ever.
Craziest pipe. Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he knows pretty serious and important people in the field, and he knows when an offer is good or not. Like he will not throw you out in a shit offer where you will not make money. He has the secret, how do you call it, gems.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's important to suss offers out too, because I've seen a lot of people like they flex offer placements. Even coaches, man, they'll flex offer placements. They end up being horrible.
Yeah.
There's coaches out there that don't make any money, like their students don't make any money, and they're still flexing offers or booked calls. Doesn't mean anything if it's not converting, man. To be honest. So, okay, so you're at a point where you're about to hit like 5, 6, 7 this month. I do want to ask. You mentioned briefly, but what were you doing before appointment setting? You said you were a cook. Tell us a bit about that. Because people don't know your background at all. You need to understand this is your opportunity to let everyone know who you are.
So
Hundreds
what I
of
was
people
doing,
watch this.
for sure. So after I posed, I was a previous 5-figure business owner with my Instagram theme page. After I posted, I needed to join the military, as I mentioned earlier, where I needed to spend 1 year of my life there. And it pretty much nothing there. Like your life poses, you have no social life, you cannot have a business inside of there because it's like hard schedule, trainings and everything, like not much sleep, and you don't have the energy to put your time into something like this.
Yeah.
So I had to wait for a year until I got out of the military. And then I always enjoyed cooking for some reason. Probably for my grandma, because I love her so much. And we were cooking together when I was a child. We still do, by the way. She's still alive. And I said, okay, I need to get a 9 to 5. So what will I do? Like this was my first time that I was about to get a 9 to 5. And I was thinking, what should I do? I don't know anything except from making money online. So I had a girlfriend at that time of the year, like about a year ago. And she knew a person who owns a tavern. And I said, talk about me and say how I want to work there. She did. I went there, did an interview. They hired me. I pretty much learned the job pretty quickly. And then it was winter of 2024, sorry. And then I was thinking, okay, I need to do something for summer. Like I cannot stay in my city working in a stupid tavern in that heat because I'm living in a city where in the summer it goes up to 40, 45 degrees.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, in the summer I need to do something else. I need to move out. I need to find another job or whatever. So I applied online for a cook job in a restaurant, in a high class restaurant on an island, as a cook helper. By the way, I was like helping the main cook. And we got in contact with the restaurant owner. We got a call. We agreed the payment, the paycheck, the timeline, everything. And by May, I left. And the agreement was for me to stay until mid-October. So I left like in 5, 6 of May, traveled for 500 kilometers away from my home with just a suitcase. And that's it. I spent all of my summer there. I hated it every day. I was hating it every day.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro.
Yeah. Like imagine working in a kitchen with 40, 45 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Like you are on the griller or you are on the pans, like doing all of that stupid stuff. And you cannot settle for that when you know that 1 or 2 years ago you were making 5K per month.
Yeah.
And you know that people still do that, even younger people.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. So how much were you making at the cook job?
1,200 euros,
Okay.
working 8 to 9 hours per day, every day with no days off.
No days off, 8 to 9 hours a day. And now you've obviously gotten to the point where I think minimum from here on out will be 4 or 5 per month. Minimum. And then obviously maximum, who knows, bro. You could realistically get to 10 by the
Yeah.
end of Q1 next year. Realistically. One offer, you're getting your commissions up. You're probably going to be able to scratch 5.5 with that offer alone. Imagine a second good offer, a third good offer.
Yeah.
Secret offer stacking. But so you said you did 1.2K. You were working 8, 9 hours a day full time every single day.
Exactly.
How long do you work now on your one offer?
Right now on my offer, I work no more than 6 hours. Like I usually do 5. That's like what they expect from me, and I make 3 to 4 times more money with basically the half of the working hours that I was working. It's crazy.
Yeah, 3, 4 times more money. You only work on the weekends because you want to. You're not expected to.
Yeah,
As
not expected. Exactly. I'm not expected to work on the weekends. I just choose to because I'm hungry for money.
Yeah, as you should be. A lot of people get complacent way too soon. So you said you were a coach. Obviously, like a lot of people don't know you were a coach, and you kind of briefly mentioned it. But coaching and setting, obviously, setting is a skill set within a coaching business. Coaching essentially has way more skill sets combined in one. What do you prefer? And obviously, I assume you're going to say coaching, but what do you prefer? But what do you think is easier?
You mean from coaching and setting?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. For now, all right, it's setting.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because for now at least, I'm hungry for money. I want to stack up money. I want to just fill up my bank account, right? And I don't want to have guys on my back who want to, expect things from me.
Yeah.
I want to dominate the space. I want to scale to 5 to 10K per month, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I can go into coaching because I like coaching. As you know, I was a coach for 2 years. I had like 40 to 50 students, most of them 80, 90% of them successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first, what I want to do is dominate the space of appointment setting, and then I would enjoy doing coaching also, because
Okay.
I really enjoy teaching someone else, changing their lives through what changed my life also.
Yeah. So right now, main thing for you, you would enjoy setting over coaching, which is quite funny.
It's quite funny, but it's true. But I don't think it's quite long away where I will enjoy coaching too. Like 1 or 2 months from now, I think I
Yeah.
would be in a good position to coach also.
Yeah, for sure. Especially once you master that skill set, over time you'll obviously get better and better at it. So
Exactly.
when did things start clicking for you? I think a big thing with appointment setting, a lot of people don't realize it's a sales job, like you are a sales rep. So a lot of it is mental. And most people approach it wrong when it comes to like the mentality of an appointment setter. A lot of people will try for a week or 2 weeks and they give up. You approached it with a state of mind where I will succeed with this, I'll do well. Time just hasn't caught up yet. So when did everything click for you with appointment setting?
So it was on my second month where because it was kind of disappointing, if I'm being honest, because I was expecting to make some money on September. And it was quite disappointing when I saw I made hardly any money.
Yeah.
So when things clicked for me, it was on after mid of October, where I actually saw that I'm selling some high ticket offers. I was selling some high ticket what's it called, sales deals,
Yeah.
and I saw that it's actually pretty not hard, like it's easy. You can just
It
get
is.
a few high ticket deals and you make thousands per month.
Yeah.
And you don't even talk to the people. All of you have to do is book the call and leave it to the closer. You just have to qualify the person.
Yeah. No, I agree. You've done
Yeah,
closing as well for your own offer.
yeah, I was doing closing also for my own offer, and I can say it's pretty much the same path. It's a bit more simple back in the day in the Instagram
Yeah.
theme page build.
Yeah, I get you. I think what's interesting as well is you said your best months were like 5K per month with Instagram theme pages. And
Exactly.
now you're about to surpass that with just setting alone,
Yeah.
which is quite like unimaginable. Like a lot of people will look at appointment setter and say, okay, you can make 2 to 3K per month. But then you get people who aren't not like I guess you're relentless, you're not just happy with the bare minimum. Like a decent appointment setter will make 3K per month. But a good one is going to be relentless and constantly want to grow and land more offers and get better and better. And you're doing exactly that. You're doing a great job of building your personal brand. You see a bigger vision. And because of that, you know you want to get to a higher threshold of 7, 8, 9, eventually 10K per month with setting. And you will. It's a matter of time. So I think that's what's pretty interesting. A lot of people look at setting, they think it's like a lower end job. When in reality, if you're top 10% of appointment setters, not even top 1%, but top 10%, you're going to make a good amount of fucking money, man. There's setters out there making 10K per month and beyond. As a
Yeah.
DM setters, not STRs, not dialers, not calling,
I,
but literally just DMing.
I
I
think
want,
the way sorry. I
no,
think
go ahead.
I think
You're good.
the way that people see appointment setting is okay, I have my 9 to 5. I will get a side hustle also to make an extra 2 to 3K per month.
Yeah,
That's the worst way to put this, to think this. Like it's the worst mindset to have because if you think like that, then that's the only thing that you're gonna get.
yeah. A lot of
It's
people don't look at the bigger picture.
exactly it's a skill that can easily scale you to 10K per month within a few months if you take it seriously and if you think that it's possible because it is.
Yeah, for sure. I want to ask you as well, how has your life and mindset changed since you started appointment setting? I'm assuming your mindset hasn't changed much besides the fact on how you perceive money. You realize it's very easy to get money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So I always had that, money mindset, that business mindset since I was 16, because that's when I started making my first money online. In summer, that summer that passed, when I was working as a cook, it was almost 2.5 years that I didn't make any money online. So I kind of forgot how it is to be making money online. I kind of forgot the mindset, all of that stuff.
yeah,
So when you stop making money online for such a long period of time, you kind of think it's a uncut dream again. You kind of think, oh, that's not possible to do again. Even though I knew I could do it, for some reason it was kind of unstuck.
yeah. No,
But
I agree.
quick, but quickly after I made my first 1,000,
Your
then
hunger came back.
yeah, I'm back. Like my mindset is back. Everything is back. I know it's possible. It's not hard, but it's not hard for me because I was into sales since I was 16. I think it's gonna be way more harder for people who get into sales now for the first time,
Especially with the mindset a lot of people have. Like a
especially
lot
with
of people are very non-stubborn, or they're just satisfied with 1K per month. As you said, a lot of people think it's a side job, so they're happy with that. But when you're eager to make something out of it, you're obviously going to work way harder.
exactly.
What about your life? How has that changed in regards to lifestyle
Yeah,
and, going out, spending money, getting good
yeah,
food, stuff like that?
yeah. So I will say that when you make, let's say, 1,000 per month, and then you say your mindset is kind of okay. When I make 3 to 4K per month, I'm gonna be living my best life. I'm gonna be like on the top. But when you get to that point, you kind of see that nothing really changes. You make 3 to 4K, and then you're hungry to make more. So what you do is work, 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 work until you scale to the point that you want. But of course, I cannot compare it, right? I mean, I can eat better food. I can go out whenever I want. Like I can go around with my car because the car needs money also, right? I have traveled abroad 2 times this year. I'm gonna do it again in about a week, and I'm gonna have a travel to Romania also in the beginning of the new year. So for real, it allows me to do stuff that I couldn't do when I was working as a cook, obviously.
Yeah,
But but it's not enough. People don't think that 3K is enough. Don't settle for 3K.
yeah, agreed.
When you get to 3K, you will want to scale up your life. You will want to have a better quality of life, and you will realize that 3K is not enough to do that.
Yeah, agreed, for sure. You talk about you've been around, you've been outside the country 3 times this year. Well, it's about to be three. Next year, bro, we got to like 10 times that. I
Yeah,
think I went to 10 or 11 countries this year, which was like 15 different spots, nearly 20 different spots. So you got to get on that level as well. We got to get you to Marbella, bro.
I need to get that.
We do. Matter of time, bro. You'll see.
Exactly.
So for someone trying to figure things out as well with appointment setting or just making money online, what advice would you give as well?
I would tell him, do not be scared to invest money into someone who has walked the path that you want to walk. Of course, if there is a budget, right? If there is a budget, do not be scared to give some part of that budget. Like, don't be that guy who tries to save every penny and tries to get some free knowledge here and there because it's not going to get you far. Of course, if there's not budget, you can start by that. You can be the guy who consumes content. You can be the guy who tries to network with people and just try to gather enough information and knowledge and try to start by your own, try to make some money. But even then, you again need someone to guide you.
Yeah,
That's the main advice. Get someone to guide you. Get someone who has done what you want to do.
agreed, for
So
sure. So in the past few months, you've noticed as well how quick the sales space moves. Like you're 3 months into this, your life went by like that.
yeah,
So 3 months from now, you're going to be in a totally different spot as well, or 6 months, or a year from now. So what's been the biggest lesson you've learned this journey so far in these past 3 months, 3.5 ish, or not even 3.5, three really? But what's been the biggest lesson you've learned? You're going to get a totally different answer in 3 months when we re-record this and we have another interview when you've already hit like 7, 8, 10K. But I'm curious to see what you have to say.
sure. I think the biggest lesson is do not get comfortable.
Yeah,
Do not get comfortable. Do not stop. Just because you hit 3K per month this month doesn't mean you will hit it again the next month. Or just because you hit your goal the previous month doesn't mean you will hit it again the next month. Momentum is real, and it's very easy for you to hit, let's say, 4K, 5K per month and settle there. Okay, I hit my goal. Now I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna celebrate it. And then that's how you lose the momentum, and that's how you basically go to back to 1K or 2K per month.
yeah, agreed. I think a lot of people don't realize momentum is purely mental. So if you have momentum, it's only because you think you do. So once you start underperforming or you don't do what you did last month, all of a sudden your mind is going to think my momentum's gone. So you're
Yeah,
going to start fucking up on sales, fucking up on setting. Everything's going to start getting messed up, and all of a sudden your momentum doesn't exist anymore. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. But what would you say is next for you as well in your journey so far?
next.
What is
So
next for
yeah,
Stergios?
so if we're talking short term, I want to increase the commissions I get from the offer that I'm working on now, that will get me like an extra 2K per month easily,
Yeah.
minimum. I want to I'm in the boarding process also to work on another offer. So in short, like the short next goal is to just scale to 10K. That's the short term goal. And I know people will hear this and they will say, what short term goal hit 10K? That's like super long term goal, but it's not. It's very, very near. It's very
Yeah.
near. After that, if I'm being honest, I haven't thought much about
Oh,
what. I said I want to do appointment setting till I dominate it completely. And then probably I'm going to move into coaching.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you just kind of want to become the industry leader and run laps around everybody else.
Yeah, I kind of basically want everyone in the field to know my name and say, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. He has the best network, the best team, and he's working with the most successful people.
And how do you plan on doing that? If you give us a bit of an insight.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in order for someone to say this about me, I need to work with the most successful people, right? So a
Yeah.
move for me would be to get into a very, very, very good team to work with, or network with the top guys in the industry, like whether that's coaches or other appointment setters or growth operators or
And you've
anything.
already been networking a bit, right?
Yeah, true.
And how have you been doing that? Because a lot of people struggle with building a network.
Yeah, so the best way to network now, at my opinion, is grow a Twitter, grow a Twitter account, because that's where all of the people are. That's where you can engage with people. Like on Instagram, it's kind of you just see pictures of people and you cannot just talk with them. You will DM them on Instagram and they will think, okay, what does this guy want? On Twitter, it's different because people just post their thoughts. You can comment, you can engage back and forth, and you can just purely network. So if you're not doing this, you're missing out. Grow a Twitter account. It's
Yeah,
like
100%.
a game changer. Many
Good.
doors and opportunities can open.
Agreed. Now we get to the juicy stuff. What was your favorite part about Settlers Academy? Obviously, joining my program, I should say, for the people that don't know.
Yeah, my favorite part, honestly, it was when I joined. The moment that I invested, in the moment that you welcomed me in, basically, because it was pure motivation, pure excitement about what's coming. And I know that you know what you're doing. I know what you know, the things that you're talking about. And I just knew from the beginning where I will get to the point that where I am now, I knew I will get to that point. So the most exciting thing for me was when I actually took the decision to join.
Okay. So your favorite part was basically joining. And what
Yeah,
would you say was the most beneficial, the most helpful? The biggest thing that really moved the needle for you in your
yeah,
career?
one-on-one calls with you,
Yeah.
because it's very easy to join a network or an academy or a course or and however you want to put it, and the guy just give you some modules or some content or some documents. It's very easy to do that. Even if you get all of the knowledge, if you don't have someone to hold you accountable or to guide you through all of the knowledge, you're still not gonna make it. Because I was going through your content, everything you were sending me, like the information and everything, but we were still getting on one-on-one calls. You were guiding me. If I was going on a straight path, I would like if I was to slip right or left, you would just put me in the right place again.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, that brings me to another point where we need to do more calls. I've been wanting to say that for a bit now. For the last few days, we probably need to start doing more calls more often. Because the students I see obviously do very, very well are the ones that are constantly trying to learn or ask questions. Because no matter what community or coaching you join, there's always going to be things they don't cover or something people may not even want to know about. But if you constantly learn and do one-on-one calls and you ask questions about what about this or what about that, you learn things that other people may not know that may benefit you. For example, something may be common sense to me, But then someone may say, okay, well, how do you do this? And I'm like, okay, well, this is how you do it. Like you mentioned networking. Someone may come to you and say, well, I don't know how to network. You're like, build a Twitter, engage with people, do one-to-one calls with them, and just expand your horizon, expand who you know. Most people don't know how to do that, and they overcomplicate it so much in their head where it's an issue for them, and it just becomes such a big barrier. If you constantly do those one-on-one calls, if you ever get those barriers or some limiting belief where you say, I can't make more than 10K per month with setting, or I can't make more than 3K per month with this, they're instantly able to break it down for you and help you surpass that and overcome that. So you've obviously not had any really big limiting beliefs that I've noticed, but I think we do need to do more calls for sure.
Yeah, that's now that you bring that up, I noticed that generally you shouldn't, when you get to a, let's say, good point. I'm in a good point right now where I make almost 4K. I mean, I'm not in the perfect point, but I'm in a good spot, right? You shouldn't like say, okay, I'm in a good spot right now. I don't need any more info. I don't need any more advice. I don't need any more guidance. You still need it. You still
Exactly.
need, and if you make 10K per month, you still need all of that.
Yeah. I've had students do crazy numbers and then they get on calls with me, not even really about setting anymore, but more so, what's the next step for me? Should I do management? Because I've done a lot of these things. I'm teaching you guys. I've done all these things. I still have some stuff on the side I'm building and doing. So you guys constantly see this and you're like, well, what would you do here? What would you do there? That's what I'm there for. I'm not just there to help you make 3K, 5K, 6K, 7K, or 10K with setting, but it's further beyond that too. And there's a lot more stuff I can say about that, but I think complacency becomes subconscious so easily, where you may think you're doing well, and all of a sudden you drop off on the things that have been helping you the most, like one-to-one calls. All of a sudden you don't really care so much about those, and because of that, as a byproduct, you start underperforming. So
Exactly.
maybe not you, because you've been crushing it, but I've seen students who will have a very good month, start thinking they're the shit, stop trying to learn and progress and learn more skills, all of a sudden they drop back down. Because mentally the universe is pulling them back down. Well, not mentally, but the universe is pulling them back down because they don't belong to be there. They don't deserve to be there. They don't think they deserve to be there. But if you keep learning and building your skill sets, that's the most valuable thing you could have. So keep learning, do more one-on-one calls, be consistent with them too. Tweeting is cool, but you need to constantly get a lot of advice and know exactly what direction you're trying to go into. Like, you know what you want to do 6 months down the line, somewhat. Most people don't. So if you constantly know and you get advice from people that are in different positions or they're ahead of you or whatever it is, that's very helpful. And
Yeah.
if you're joining a program, you should take advantage of those calls. Like I used to do, as you know, 7 one-to-one calls, I think it was. Now I do unlimited. If you want to do a call every week, I'm happy. If you want to do one every 2 weeks or a month, I'm happy. But I don't want to put a cap on how much someone can learn. So I think the more one-on-one calls you can do, the better. The people that are doing them weekly with me right now are outperforming nearly everyone else. So
Yeah, that's something that people, I don't know, they don't like, they get into the program and they do not maximize it, if that's the correct word. They sometimes they're shy or they're scared to not disturb the codes. Like that's why you got into the program,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Try to maximize everything. Try to get as much as you can. Ask questions.
And
Ask,
there is
ask to get on one-on-one calls.
the thing is, there are coaches that will kind of, if you ask them to do a call, they'll be like, "Oh, I'll send you a Loom video. Oh, we can do this instead." Like, bro, they're paying you. Your job is to teach them. So why the fuck would you not go all out? Like we were talking about this earlier, but if someone wants to underpay you for your coaching, you need to look at it from the perspective of what is it they get? How much time do you invest into them? Because if you're a coach, realistically, you will spend anywhere from like 40 hours to hundreds of hours on a student. So if you charge them $400, for example, or if you sell a $40 course and you do one-on-one calls, you're making like not even $1 an hour, bro. Maybe you're making $1 an hour, but you're probably not even making that much. And if that's like a $40 mentorship or some shit, you know, realistically, you need to think about it from both perspectives. What makes it worth it for you? What makes it worth it for them? People also commit more if they spend more, as you know.
Exactly.
But people need to take advantage of what they have, man. One-to-one support is the biggest thing. You pay to enter someone's community and learn from them. Go all in. Don't just drop off after a month or two.
Yeah, agree.
And
That's why.
What's up?
That's why high ticket selling is way easier than low ticket selling. People are kind of confused. They say, okay, if it's low ticket, I can sell it easier. But people with a lower budget will bring more objections and they're harder to sell. whether with high ticket selling, it's guys with a higher budget and with a clear vision and goal, and they are way easier to sell because they know what they want.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, even you've noticed in Setters Academy, everybody is a very tight community. Like everybody is getting on calls, everybody knows each other, they're friends. Maybe
Yeah,
you speak to some of the students outside the community. Some of the students do that too, right? And the thing is, when your community becomes so close, I've noticed some of the best programs are when you're very tight with the mentor or with the coach. We have that sense of community. So everybody right now, as you've seen, is making money.
yeah,
Every single person, bro. As of a few days ago, Nico just made his first sale. 16 made $125. So it's like on a weekly basis, like a base pay. So everybody in the community is making money because the community is so tight. Everyone's learning, and when you see other people around you succeeding, it's not just some like vague community. You're so tight where people are gonna be like, come on, like you got to do something. Look at this guy beating you," which is good to have. It's not even competitiveness; it's just motivation.
yeah. It's such a tight team that we're planning on doing a real life meetup.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, bro. And like some of us are in January, right? Maybe you, if you decide to pull up, but some of us are already. You got to do it, bro.
Gotta do it.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Probably.
I'll make sure of that.
Even
And the
if it's yeah,
last question for you is for someone who's been on the fence about joining. They're probably watching this, but they've been on the edge and they're not too sure if this is for them, or they're just not sure if they want to do it. What would you say to them?
you mean when if someone was about to join but they're kind of thinking about it?
Yeah, just people who are watching this and they're trying to make the decision. They're not 100% sure.
Yeah. So I think if someone is in that state of mind, he should ask himself, uh, like some questions to himself, like, is Valentin the person that you want to work with, that you want to build a business with? Probably it's a yes, because that's why you reached out to him, right? And to answer that question, you can simply go to his Instagram highlights, to his Twitter content, and you can just see all of the results. I mean, I'm a live example of the results, right? I'm talking to you right now. If you're not convinced by the results, I don't know what will convince you. If the results that you see from him don't convince you, then it's just some excuses because you're scared to invest your money, I think. Then you should also ask yourself, do you think his service will work? His program will work? Again, like the results and the strategies and the systems are there. The question is more of a like, will you put the work? Are you gonna take it seriously? Are you gonna put in the required time and effort? Because you are seeing tens of students being successful in the field with the program that he's offering, right? So the question of is this thing gonna work out is already answered. The real question is, are you gonna make it work? Are you? And
Very
then yeah, and then one more question that just came to mind. He can also ask himself. You can also ask yourself. Do you believe like the whole program and the whole thing that Valentin is what's the word for that? Preaching?
yeah,
Yeah, like do you think that he stands by his promises? I mean, not promises, but the things that he's saying.
yeah,
For me, when I talked to him first time on August, like at the end of August, he told me you're gonna get to 3K per month in less than 3 months or within 3 months, something like that. Here I am after 3 months. He didn't promise me. He didn't sell me a dream. He didn't say, I promise you, you will make 3K per month. He said, I can scale you to 3K per month. And he can, but it's a question of will I allow myself to be scaled to 3K per month?
yeah. I do have one more question. How tough would you say this was out of 10? Like getting to where you are now, working 4, 5, 6 hours a day consistently.
Bro, it's not hard at all.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people watch this and they're like, "It's so surreal, bro." It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not genuinely.
I have caught myself laying on the couch and just DM sitting on my phone, like while watching a movie on the TV, and I'm thinking, how the fuck am I making?
It's crazy. And you say this now, but wait till you're at 10K doing this. Like the next interview we do, bro, will be in person. We'll be next to each other recording this. Everybody will see this. We're gonna clip this, have like some motivational video. It's gonna be like we have this here, and then we'll have the one in person.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, when I meet you in January, you'll already be doing pretty fucking good numbers.
Or early February.
Or early February, but ideally January.
Yeah, let's try that.
All right, that's the video wrapped up. Is there anything you want to say?
I mean, I can also ask you a question.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. What do you have to say to all of the people that are watching now? Let's say that this is someone that is watching, right? And he wants to join. He wants to join into the program, but he's not sure if appointment setting is the way to go. Is it a thing that is gonna stay? Is it a thing that is gonna be working for a long period of time by now?
Do you mean how sustainable is appointment setting?
Yeah, because it's been a thing for quite some time now. So what would you say to someone that is saying appointment setting will die?
Well, I'll say a few different things. First of all, not to like self-pitch, but Setters Academy has some of the best appointment setters in the game. You've noticed this? Like majority of appointment setters suck. Yeah, of course. So it's like, first of all, whoever is the top 10 percentile or whatever it may be will always be in the market. There's always going to be demand for an SDR, a dialer, a DMer. People are always going to run coaching businesses. And you may think, okay, well, AI automation may come up. The most successful AI automation business I know that automates dialing and stuff have an appointment setter and an appointment setter manager. And they sourced appointment setters from me. So if the most successful AI coaching company that sells a service for AI setting uses real life appointment setters, what does that tell you? Because where attention goes, money flows. People always like to sell the concept, sell the dream. Appointment setters will always be around. And maybe the ones you see on Twitter, Stergios, the ones that are really bad may not be around. But the ones that are pretty good, that have undergone training, that are serious, they'll always be around. And sure, maybe eventually some of it will get automated, but then guess what? You can always upgrade into other things. Maybe you're a dialer. Maybe you do other things. But the goal is, by the time you're into setting 6 months to a year, you want to be out. You can start as a setter, scale into coaching or closing or management, or scale as a COO, whatever you want to do. I've seen people go from appointment setter to COO within 2 years and make 500K per year. In 2 years. Now
Yeah.
he's on track to be a multimillionaire in a couple of years, just from his paycheck. So it's like you can start as a setter, but if you're thinking, okay, well, appointment setting may not be around in 2 years, why the fuck do you want to be an appointment setter in 2 years? You need to start thinking about what you want to do. I don't mean that in a bad way, but appointment setting should not be your end goal. And if this is me, I won't even say one of, I'll say the most successful appointment setting coach, statistically speaking, 100% success rate right now. If I'm telling you appointment setting should not be your end goal, it probably should not be your end goal. And you can take that as you want. But you should always dream bigger, and not even dream, but just do bigger. You start as a setter and then you scale.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
you kind of put the stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone, man, because if you start one business, you're not going to stay with that business for the rest of your life. If
Yeah.
you start one job, you're not going to stay with that job for the rest of your life. Also, people get caught in this dilemma where it's like, okay, well, I've been scammed before. But imagine you've been cheated on before. Will that stop you from dating ever again?
That's a very smart way to put this.
Alex Ramosi, bro. But it's like, if you get cheated on once, will you stop dating forever? Probably not. But if something doesn't work out for you, like you join a coaching program, will that stop you from joining? You could use that objection handle when you do your DM, your ATM setting as well. But it's like realistically, it is a very good saying. But
Yeah.
most people get put off by one bad experience. And if you're going to let that determine your life, you're not going to have too much growth because you will fail at everything you do. You will.
That's true. One last question for you. Why do you do this?
Why do I do this? Good question. I mean, I've always been saying it. If you go on my YouTube, I say it a lot in my YouTube videos too. I like changing lives through appointment setting. Like I know people, and I've asked a lot of people about this that do business coaching, that only work with established business coaches or established coaches or whatever it is. And I said, why don't you work with like entry level people that have just started business? It was like, oh, you know, they're annoying to deal with, or they just don't know what they're doing, or whatever it is. But I like that, man. I like being able to bring someone in who's never made money online, like Nico, who's 16, never made a single dollar online. All of a sudden, he's now making money online every single month, as with appointment setting, with a very valuable skill to know. Like, imagine that. I'm kind of phrasing it wrong, but give me a few months with him as well. He's going to be making more than his teachers.
Yeah.
And think about it from that perspective. If I have the ability to help people, young, old, middle age, whatever, who cares, change their lives genuinely with appointment setting, that is a very cool fucking feeling. I have the ability to change someone's entire trajectory of their life while building something of my own, while learning amazing skill sets, while networking with great people, while providing setters to very big, successful businesses or coaches or businesses, or not, or business coaches or whatever it may be. So why I do it is to change lives, but it's also just a fun business to run. Plus, it's easy.
Yeah. As a previous coach, I know that feeling.
It's cool, bro.
Get you 100%. I had a guy like a few months ago texted me, bro, that $100 Facebook ads call we had 3 years ago has scaled my agency now. My father's agency, basically, because he's working on his father's agency, has made me more than 100K.
Yeah, it's fucking absurd, bro.
Yeah.
We have the ability to leave this world and do good, and most people won't. I don't want to be most people. So,
So thanks for opening up on
of
that.
course, anytime. I'm telling you, the next interview we do, the next video, is going to be in person.
In person, in my home, or somewhere else.
Probably in a nice little villa. You'll see. Matter of time, bro. I'm not even manifesting it. It's come in my mind. Time just hasn't caught up.
Yeah.
Just like 3 months ago with your 3K per month. It just hasn't caught up.
Exactly.
Any ending line before we cut it?
An ending line, I think we need to thank all of the people who watched this interview. And if you have any questions about anything, about appointment setting or anything else that you heard during the interview, you should definitely ask Valentin. Reach out to his Instagram and do it. He's gonna answer every question, even without trying to sell you something.
Yeah. Of course.
That's true.
Anyway,
You're a guy.
just watching this. What's up?
You're a guy who genuinely will support someone without having any benefit on it.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed this space needs a breath of fresh air, bro. And I've been told by people like I'm not like other people in this space, which is a cool feeling too. Most people in this space fucking suck, man. Like I've had people join this space and they're like, "What the fuck?" And I wish I could say, "Oh, it's just some people are like that." Most people are just only in it for the money. And I mean sales, but most people don't have any remorse for other people, especially on Twitter, bro. People on Twitter can be scumbags for sure.
Exactly.
But that's
So
just love.
that's it by me.
Me too. If you're watching this, thank you for watching. And if you are watching this, let me know because it'll be a funny thing to look back at. But anyway, see you guys later. Peace. There we go. Hold on, it's still recording. There we go.